I take someone telling me like, you're not a sculptor, you're a painter, as like, I'll show you how good my sculptures can be. And I use that as motivation to push that even more, because I just don't see any boundaries between it. I've never, like I said before, ever gone like, I'm just a painter.
Welcome to Bench Talk, the podcast where I dive deep into conversations with inspiring artists to unveil the secrets behind their creativity, along with discussions and behind-the-scenes insights into the realities of building a professional art career. Welcome to an episode of Bench Talk. I'm your host, Tom Gerrard. This week I'm sitting down with Sydney-based artist Elliott Routledge. How you going, Elliott?
Hello. Good, man. How are you?
Yeah, very good, thanks. Good to have you back on here.
Good.
I had you on here in 2017, 9 years ago. So
Yeah, I was trying to remember last night how long it's been, and it's definitely pre-COVID.
yeah, you were one of my early guests. It was
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's good to have you back on here, and I'm sure, like, I've been watching your art over the years, and there's been so much happening, so there is so much to talk about, which is great.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm keen to get into it, keen to talk about it all and dive into it. It's probably a lot's changed since we last spoke.
Yeah, it's like definitely evolved. I know 9 years of someone's art, like you would expect some evolution in there, and if it's not evolving, I don't know, maybe they need to do something. Eh?
Yeah, dude. I'm an evolver for sure. I'm ever changing, I think.
Yeah, no,
I'm
totally,
I'm
totally.
yeah.
Yeah, it was great to reconnect with you last year at Sydney Contemporary. We were exhibiting across from each other, and it was good to catch up.
Yeah, that was really good, man, having you close by as someone from kind of our side of the art community in that side of the community, you know what I mean?
Mm,
It's good to have an outsider on the inside with me.
yeah, yeah. Do you feel that? Like, do you feel that you're an outsider? Really?
No, I feel like I've got one foot in each for sure.
Mm,
But like,
yeah.
yeah, there's definitely times where I struggle with the imposter syndrome sometimes where I'm like, oh, am I meant to be here? I'm not from the traditional art background. So yeah, there's a little bit of that. That's
Mm.
just, yeah, I don't know. How do you feel about it? Do you feel that at all?
Um. I used to. I don't really feel that anymore. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
I realize the more if I try to be someone I'm not, like, it doesn't do me any favors at all. So I just own me, just show up as
yeah.
myself.
No, I definitely have.
Yeah.
I guess in the last maybe couple of years, 2 years since working more solidly in the
Mm.
gallery world, I've kind of let go of that little bit.
Yeah. I felt
Yeah.
that there was like my big fear was that people like name dropping artists and stuff who I feel I should know. And like,
Oh yeah.
I've never heard of them. It's like, what? You've never heard of such and such? And it's like, oh, and
You can
I
just
guess it
fire back
was,
with some old street artists that no one
yeah,
knows.
yeah. Joe
Great.
Dondi.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I just realized that there's so many artists out there, and it
Mm.
actually fired me up to sort of research art a lot more and inform myself, if
Mm.
anything. But
Oh yeah, definitely. I see it as a good thing. I see like getting into I'm just always thirsty for any knowledge
mm,
and always on the lookout for anything new. I don't really see any boundaries. I guess that's why my art evolves a lot as well. I don't see any boundaries between any of it. So I'm always finding new artists that are not from where I began, you know?
mm, yeah.
Mm.
And so, do you still consider yourself a street artist?
Nah, to me, like that specific term means I go out at night and do illegal street art, and I just haven't done that in so long. So
Mm,
I don't know what to call myself. I'm just an artist.
yeah, contemporary
Yeah.
artist.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Because you bounce around a lot as well. Like, you've got so many, strings to your bow,
Mm.
so to speak, as far as the work that you output. It's yeah, because you could even go down the sculptor route or the abstract artist route, or like
Yeah.
conceptual art.
I can't help myself. I don't know. I guess that's just maybe, I don't know what contributes towards that kind of way of working. Like, I guess the way I grew up, how I got into art, all that stuff. I never saw like, oh, you have to choose one thing, you do it. It was always just experiment and try everything. And I feel like, yeah, maybe it's my personality as well. I don't like to just sit on the one thing. I'll find
Mm.
something and go, oh, I'll do this, do that. Like don't see any boundaries. So I'm always I'll try anything pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
And I've noticed, I remember last time I had you on, we were talking about your type-based works,
Mm.
and I've noticed that the evolution of that area of your work has become very condensed and elongated.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, 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 yeah.
has that been a
Trying
slow,
to
a gradual thing happening over time? Is it did it take a turn a corner for you?
it was kind of semi recently, but I've always done again, like I've always done text and word based art, like forever, even like back in the day when I was doing stencils and street art and then into murals, I would do large text based murals and word based stuff. But it's only recently I've decided to simplify it and kind of abstract a little bit. So like take the words and I have this long list of ideas and phrases that I choose from a little library that I'm constantly evolving and yeah, just trying to with those works, trying to say as much as possible with the least amount of possible and kind of taking it from a word to something that's also visually striking and kind of abstracts the word where you can almost not even read it anymore a little bit. You have to take a little while to kind of take it in.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. How have they been received?
Yeah, well, like I've always, I guess, had them on the back burner as like a little side project. So I have these banners that I printed a while ago with kind of words and phrases on them, and I'll take them traveling with me all over the place. Or I'll do little, like murals and stuff with words, but always thought that as a commercial artwork, I didn't think they would work. I basically just didn't think anyone would buy them. And maybe 2 years ago, I started to do a bunch of studies and had some people come in. It was actually this interior designer, Claudia Lambert. She came in. She was like, "Oh my god, what's this stuff? I haven't seen this." And I was like, "Oh, I do this all the time. I just never show it because I just don't think it would, be commercially viable as a painting." She was like, "Oh my god, I'll buy one." And I was like, "Oh, that gave me the confidence to put that into a show." And then my current gallery in Sydney St. Cloche was like said the same thing. She's like, "Love that. Let's put that in the show, and I want people to see this." And it got received really well, and so, yeah, I'm not pushing that more, but in starting to involve that more in the shows. Kind of I guess I always have those things in the back burner and, yeah, when time feels right, I'll include them in the kind
Mm,
of main body of work in a way.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's really important for the evolution of an artist, isn't it? Like,
Mm.
having something that you really wanna create and you're just creating it anyway, but if you try to think about the financial reward or anything like that, you just never do it, you know?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
I
'cause
find, like
I find like that every time I turn a corner with my art and start working on in a new, like, sort of arm of my art, like, say, even when I started painting landscapes and things like that, I thought, "Who the
mm,
hell's gonna wanna buy a landscape from me?" You know?
yep.
And then, yeah, same as you, someone came to my studio, saw it, "What's that?" Bought one,
Yeah.
and slowly started incorporating them into my art a lot more, but yeah, that was like a 2-year sort of transition.
Yeah, I think that works though,
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
that technique rather than just going, "Oh, I'm gonna switch straight away," because I do a lot of different stuff like yourself, like, I'll always have, like, so many different mediums and ideas on the go at one time that I like to keep them on the back burner and progress them and then finally show them. And yeah, maybe it takes sometimes people like that outside of your thought bubble to go, "Oh, no, I like that." You know?
Mm,
Or sometimes I have this approach where some shows I put on, like, as part of the body of work, I'll introduce maybe just, like, a little piece from that, vein of work, you know what I mean?
mhm,
And just kind of see how people react to it. So if I have, like, a largely abstract show, like for that last show I had in Sydney to introduce the text works, I had, like, 1 or 2 text pieces in there. just as like a little companion piece to all the abstract pieces, and people were drawn to that. So I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Gave me the confidence to put it out there more.
Mm. Is that the
Mm.
same with you moving into sculpture as well?
Yeah, no, I mean, I've always kind of done sculpture in one form or another, and I guess that's like just me thinking about like the space. Like with every show I've ever done, I've always had some sort of installation or, even 10, 15 years ago when I was doing completely different work, I'd always have some sort of physical work in the room. So I guess it's changed a bit now where it's like it's they're not they're installations, but they're more sculptural. You know
Mm.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I always have for sure. Yeah.
Mm.
Can't help
Yeah, I've
myself.
always found that like lots of painters do that to bring something into the gallery space to make it not just paintings
Yeah,
on.
yeah. It's almost like for me, like a just an extra helping hand to kind of uh, display the concept in a different manner. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And like give scale to the paintings as well, and kind of play to the architectures of the room and stuff like that. Yeah,
Mm. Like
yeah.
when you started sort of, I guess, leading with the sculptures a bit more, like having them
Mm.
be more of a major part of the exhibition, how do galleries receive that, being that they know you as a painter? Were they like, "Oh, choose a lane," or were they, really
Um, they've all been supportive. There's been like some hesitation along the way where I've been told like, "Oh, I thought you were a painter, not a sculptor." But I kind of like that in a way. Like, that Michael Jordan documentary, and they say like someone pushes him and tells him he can't do something, he'll do it even more. Like I take
Mm,
that. I take someone telling me like, you're not a sculptor, you're a painter, as like, I'll show you how good my sculptures can be, and I use that as motivation to push that even more because I just don't see any boundaries between it. I've never, like I said before, never gone like I'm just a painter.
mm.
So yeah, there was mixed reactions, but now it's different for sure. I guess I've been
Yeah.
doing sculptures for so long now. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, I remember, some of the early sculptures I saw you make were out of foam. Are you still,
Mhm.
using stuff like that?
Yeah. I mean, I kind of use anything now. Like I used to be very strict about it. Like, this is the material you either use this or this. Whereas now I'm like, oh, you can use anything really. There's no limits to what you can use for a sculpture. And I used to use foam. I still do for some of the concrete sculptures. There's like a internal structure, kind of mold and sculpt around it. Um, but as a material, I don't use it by itself.
Mm,
Like I'll do all these like sculptures made with fur and like arrows and that series. That's yeah, they're fur. I mean, they're foam on the inside, covered in fur. But yeah, at the moment I'm using all sorts of different materials. I'll use whatever. I'm using fur. I'm using like automotive car flocking and suede and kind of yeah, a variety of different materials that like I guess kind of trying to make the paintings because I'm blending the paintings and the sculptures together at the moment a little bit in that series I'm working on where it's the kind of paintings have these sculptural elements to them and I'm using different materials to coat each one. Yeah, just having
yeah,
fun
I've
with it.
noticed with those, 3D, like, yeah, really
Mm.
thick paintings, big,
Yeah, yeah, I'm having fun with them. Like it's something again I did I did them for a while in the background when I was just doing canvas abstract kind of works and I would be experimenting on little pieces. And again, another collector at some point from overseas, I think saw one in an Instagram post in the background or something like that, and was like, "Oh, what's this?" And yeah, that kind of again gave me the confidence to be like, "Okay, someone's noticed it. Maybe I'll start pushing that more." And I guess it's just like I get a little bit bored just doing the same thing. I don't know, maybe that's a little bit of like visual ADHD, can't keep still on the same material.
Yeah, but at the
which
same time, you're in the studio every day, like Monday to Friday at least.
mm,
Yeah. You can't you don't wanna just be doing the same thing every day. You gotta be
yeah,
excited.
no, I don't know. Do you get that feeling sometimes? I mean, I remember ages ago someone was like, "Oh, maybe you should slow down and not switch as much, just do something one body of work for way longer." Um,
Mhm.
yeah, I don't know. What do you adhere to those
Not at all. Because
rules that people have made up?
no, because when I see your artwork, doesn't matter which area it is, it's all I see is you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well,
Whether
yeah, I
it's
definitely
a
see it.
text-based piece or a sculpture or an abstract
Mm,
painting or anything. It's just like I just see it as you and your work and the world that
mm,
you create. And I think it's really important for artists to sort of create a world that their art lives in. And then who's to say what can and can't be in there? It's like, you know,
yeah, 100%.
yeah. There's
I think so.
also I find that, artists can feel that they're jumping around a lot
Yeah,
and really, like, and it's like, oh, that to go from one to the other is very jarring for the viewer, but when you zoom out and if you put like 100 photos of your artworks on a page and
yeah.
zoomed right out, you'll see like a coherence of everything,
Oh,
especially like color palettes you use and all
yeah,
sorts.
yeah, 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 yeah. I think about that all the time where I'm
Mm,
like, if I encounter someone that kind of has that opinion or just mentions it in my head, or I'll say to them like, I wish I could, and maybe one day I will, do like an evolution, like visually of how the paintings got to the where they are, because to me it's so obvious. But I guess to some people, either they jump in at a different timeline and haven't seen the past work, or have seen the past work and don't understand the new work. You know what I mean? I guess there's that as well, where people see much older work and go, "Oh, I liked that better." It's like,
yeah,
well,
I like your old work better.
yeah,
Mate, I've heard that a lot throughout my career. People go buy it. There's plenty of it out there, secondary market.
yeah. I'm like, you can go buy it, or you can, you
I
can
ma
still view the pictures if you want.
yeah, I made heaps of it. Don't worry, it's out there. Now I'm doing
Yeah.
this. Yeah. But, do you, like, think about, like, where you're taking your art into the future? Do you have, like, a vision for it, or do you sort of take it day by day and see the evolution of it?
I have a rough vision in mind of kind of where I want to be, but generally I have this kind of feeling behind me that I just keep pushing and pushing and pushing, and I guess the goal is just for me to make work that I'm happy with. If there are those benefits of bigger career aspirational goals that come with it, cool. As long as I keep doing it and supporting the practice, then that's all that's important. All I think is like, yeah, I have this like, and I was asking my mum about it. I was like, I have this thing in me that just keeps going and going and going. You know what I mean? Like, don't look back, just keep pushing forward. Uh, and I guess the goal is just to keep doing it. That's all.
Yeah.
It's pretty simple.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
And yeah, I guess I did have a goal when I was in that transition period of before being represented by galleries. I guess my goal for a while there was to not transition out of the public art mural world, but like just kind of get that foot in there in the gallery system and kind of yes, that was a solid goal I worked towards for many, many years. And I think I'm there now, which is cool. Um, and now is just to, I guess, keep that balance and keep moving forward.
Mm. Yeah.
Mm.
Do you still paint murals at all?
Yeah, not at the moment because I've got a broken arm, but um, yeah, 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 just less frequent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably like try to do just a few a year if I can. Um, yeah,
Mm.
so
So I see
it's
them
a
being a big part of your practice as well, because you've painted some pretty, monumental murals over the years.
yeah, man. Well, we all have like it's
Mm.
feel like sometimes more of a tradie than an artist. You feel like I've got all my tickets, high risk work tickets and construction site tickets and stuff like that. Sometimes Yeah, but I really enjoy it. I definitely went through a period recently where I was, questioning the whole thing. Do I want to do this for the rest of my career, doing murals and outdoor works? And it's only till I start them that I had that thought. And then when I'm on site and up a huge wall, I really love it. I've
Mm.
come to realize that I really do. I love working outside. I love talking to people. I love the randoms that come up to you and like talk shit about your concepts or give you good feedback, give you bad feedback. I don't know. I love it. I think it's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I love the viewing it from different vantage points, and then like being in the
Mm.
vicinity of it and going past it, and it's like, yeah, there it is. It's like you
Yeah,
sort of
yeah. Like it's
know a
I
bit.
I have
Yeah.
this one mural I did in 2014, so 11 years now, which is like crazy. And it's one of my biggest pieces. It's like 8 stories tall. It's the center of Sydney, really tall building, and there's this kind of shopping center that I go with my son all the time. We go there for sushi and look at like comic book stores and stuff. And every time I pass by, I'm like, look up, like, oh yeah, it's crazy. It's yeah, spins me out. I love it.
Yeah.
Mm.
And yeah, like Ellie and I are both talking off camera before. We've got we're sporting matching skateboarding injuries to our painting art.
What are we doing in our lives, Tom?
Oh man, it's hot.
Living
Just
the
have
vida loca.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I know. Well, I've
Yeah.
they built a brand new skate park next to my studio, and then
Oh,
and
looks
you've got
so good.
kids, so we both got excuses.
Oh, I just love it. I don't know. And like, I'm in my 40s now, and I guess I'm looking at that as like, oh, while I can, I'd love to still do some of these things that I love so much. I love skateboarding so much. Like that was a pivotal part of my life for sure. Growing up, like I don't know what age I started, but my entire teens into early 20s. Um, I earned friendships out of it. I learnt so much out of it. I attribute that kind of mentality I was talking about before. I think we spoke about this when you were here of like, you know, in skateboarding, you could try a trick a million times and you just keep trying it until you land it once and you're happy. And it's like that mentality of just like failing all the time, and then finally you get somewhere. Like it's insane. And I think that has translated into my art where I just have this like moving forward mentality. And I think that I attribute that to skateboarding for sure. I don't know how you feel about it, but I think, yeah, such a big impact on how you think about things.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
There's been like for me, there's been a few like markers in life, and one
Mm.
was like skating. Like you start off and you can't do it, and but you really want to learn, and then you learn and you get better and better. And as you said, even when you want to learn a new trick, there's that whole 1,000 attempts before you actually get it and all that sort of stuff. But then
Yeah.
I felt the same when I was like living in like over in South America learning Spanish. I just
Mm.
couldn't. My brain just couldn't pick up the language, and then
Yeah.
one day it started clicking for me, and it was the
Started
same
clicking.
one graffiti and then moving into art, and it's that whole like just knowing that you start off crap at something, but
Mm.
if you persist, you're gonna get good. And
Yeah.
yeah, and I think that I don't know, like I know I'm not around the youth so much these days, but I don't know how instilled that is in today's culture because everyone's so like everything's so fast paced and
Yeah.
social media and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm sorry, there's probably loud beats coming through. Um, I'm constantly trying to instill that in my kids because I'm like, yeah, I have that mentality from skateboarding and probably a bit of graffiti and street art as well. That like, you just got to keep trying. That's
mm,
all it is. Like my kids will say, "Oh, I want to do this, but I can't." I'm like, "You can. You definitely can. Anyone can do anything. You just have to keep going towards it. That's it." Like
yeah.
it's the same thing with art. Like you'll start paintings, like you with your landscapes. Like do the first one, you're like, "Ah, that's kind of good." But that's you trying a kickflip, and then you try that painting again. You try the painting again. You're like, "Oh, finally, I did it. I landed the landscape."
Yeah,
you
still
know.
getting. I got a few good ones under my belt. But yeah.
Some good ones in the background.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey artists, listen up. If you're committed to your art career, you're done with waiting for opportunities to kind of magically find you, and you're ready to start to actually build a sustainable career from a strategic lens, then we've got something for you. Tom and I are going to be running the Going Pro Bootcamp over 3 days. It's completely free, and we're going to be starting on Tuesday, the 10th of February. We're going to be covering things like vision, voice, and visibility. Basically, these are the things that you need to go from a place of feeling a bit stuck, scattered, unsure of in your art career to a place of more clear confidence. And this is the exact same framework that we have used to help our community to land solo gallery shows, to secure 5-figure commissions, to land media opportunities and build their sustainable careers. And you can access all of this for free. So all you need to do is head to artcareeracademy.com/3-day bootcamp or click the link in the notes to save your spot. Let's make 2026 your year for your art career. Let's get back to the episode.
So I don't know many full-time artists with kids. Like, how has that affected your art career?
It's I mean, like super happy and grateful to be doing it. Sure. Like I used to work in advertising and I quit advertising in I want to say mid 2000s. So I've probably been doing this now for like 15-ish, 17, 18 years or something like that. So yeah, I'm, you know, hashtag blessed. It's crazy. It's hard to, it's obviously the roller coaster of being an artist is like there's glory, but there's downtimes as well. And um yeah, that I'm happy to be doing it and happy to be supporting my family along with my wife because she worked in the art world with me a little bit as well. Um so for both of us to be creatives, supporting family is pretty cool. Yeah.
Hmm.
And it's a
Yeah.
good I like, like the fact that they can come to the studio and see what I do and see it's actually work. It's yeah, especially they come to my exhibitions and they're sometimes impressed and sometimes they're just like completely unimpressed. Like I'll pass by the mural all the time and I still to this day will be like, "Oh, remember my mural?" They're like, "Yeah, you've said that like every time we pass by it, Dad. Not cool." We get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
It doesn't
anyway.
doesn't matter who you are in this world. You're never really that cool to your kids, though.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn, yeah, 100%. I'll always show my family all my paintings and stuff. I'm like, they're the biggest critics.
Hmm. Yeah.
Like, my son will be like, "Oh, okay, yeah, looks similar to the last one." I'm like, "Alright, okay."
Yeah. At least you get honest feedback.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because sometimes, yeah, people piss me off with things like that. Like, people who are outside of the art, but they're really just reflecting what they're seeing,
yeah.
but, you can sort of take it or leave it. But,
Yeah, I don't know how do you deal with criticism? I'm pretty okay with it now. Like, I used to be pretty picky about showing people stuff and, maybe that was just, like, not enough exposure in the art world. But, like, yeah, now it's, like, I'm so open to all that stuff. People can say whatever they want.
mm, yeah,
Doesn't really
I'm
affect
just
me.
fussy on what leaves the studio, really.
Mm,
Um, like, but there's so much that I create in here that people will never see. And, I just yeah, just very, it's just more from, like, looking at, like, the secondary marketplace and things like that and seeing things pop up, and it's like, oh, like, that shouldn't have left.
uh,
You know? But it was like I know it was, like, from the early days, and that's just how it was back then and all that type of stuff, and, yeah, but I think I've just got really, fussy with what, actually leaves the studio, and that way,
yeah,
if anyone has any criticism, I know that, like,
you were
it
happy with that.
passed my test, so
Mm,
sort of helps, I guess, protect me from criticism, you know?
yeah, 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 100%. Yeah, you gotta 'cause, we're soul beings, we're just you're in a unless you have a team of assistants, it's just you in the studio, so you have gotta be the creative director at the end that ticks everything off and is like, "Yep, that's ready to go."
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my assistants actually helped me a lot with, like, they're just pointing at things and going, "Oh, what's going on here?" Or just asking questions. It's like, "Oh, I've never thought about that. I didn't see that." You know, it's like, "Oh, thanks, mate."
Yes. That's so good.
Yeah.
That's good though. Yeah, I appreciate that. Like, yeah, working with the galleries now, I'll have them around for a visit and they're like, "Oh," they'll either make suggestions or point, yeah, like you said, point something out. I'm like, I had totally skipped my mind.
Mm.
So it's good
Yeah,
to have that.
yeah.
Yeah. Or
How's your, sorry, what's that?
my wife is one of the, I call her my creative director because I show her everything.
Yeah,
She gives me a pretty brutal, honest opinion, which is good. I like.
yeah.
Yeah.
Likewise with mine. Yeah. But you've, shown with a few galleries over the years, and,
Mm.
you're currently, with St. Cloche in Sydney.
Hmm.
Like, what's your gallery journey been like over the years?
Yeah, it's been good. It's been like, yeah, I mean, was first represented, my first proper like working with the gallery was just after COVID, so 2021 or the end of 2020. Um, which was cool. It was, I guess, what I've always wanted, and I worked with the gallery in Sydney um, for 4 years, and then switched to. I went solo for another year or so after I stopped working with them, and hooked up with St. Cloche, and that's been 2 years, I think, working with them. And then I also currently represented by a gallery called Madison Gallery in San Diego, in California. Similar timeline, like she came across my work in 2020 and or even way before that, but we were talking the whole time. And 2021, we started working together. So yeah, I got shows with both of them this year, and um, yeah, it's been, you know, uh, a cool journey. Like I always like trying out new things, and working with galleries is definitely a new thing for me. In that kind of capacity, I've always worked with galleries, installed shows and stuff like that. But to work with a gallery solidly and create a relationship, it was pretty new to me, and yeah, I really like it. I've like, yeah, I don't know how you feel about it, but it was a big change, but I'm into it. You know.
Yeah, I love it.
Mm,
It's where I've always seen my career going, into the
mm,
gallery space, and I really like, I really wanna do big, like, survey exhibitions and things like that.
mm,
I love working with commercial galleries, but also, like, institutional galleries as well.
mm-hmm.
It takes the pressure off the sales side of things, and,
Yeah.
you're free to sort of, I think there's, when you're creating, for somewhere it's just a display only exhibition, it really frees you up to say, "Oh, like,
Oh
I'll
yeah.
do this because it sells," or it means that you can just sort of really express yourself and
Yeah, you like flexing ideas that you wouldn't normally
mm.
because you're afraid to because of sales, essentially.
Exactly, exactly.
Mm,
Yeah, but I love working with galleries overseas. I love working with, I've got worked with Lennox Street a lot, have done for
mm.
years. Yeah, I love going to do the art fair circuit and all types of
Yeah, it
things.
was wild. It was my first time doing it, like
Mm,
in person, showing work. It's wild. It was five
yeah,
days of intense. It's like 5 days, however many hours a day. It's like an opening all day long, every day for 5 hours. I mean,
mm,
5 days. It's
yeah,
intense.
it is. It is.
But it's
Yeah,
cool though.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, like, we connected, properly back in, 2019. You and I had a show with Matt Fortrose in London at Stolen Space,
Yeah.
and we all went
Yeah,
over.
that was
That was a lot of fun. Well, we got an
oh,
Airbnb and, you know
yeah, that was so much fun, dude.
yeah,
Great. That was Billy came over, my wife came over,
mhm,
Claire came over. That was sick. That was such a good trip.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It was, interesting to see, like, 3 artists, like, who work differently, like, come together and,
Mm,
we did an installation and in one
mm.
room, paintings in the other. It was, a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was super fun. I really enjoy trips like that, like going over with other artists and just on the fly coming up with that installation. Like that's, I don't know. I get buzzed off that sort of stuff for sure. That's so
Mm,
good.
yeah,
Just walking around the streets of London, like, yeah, nothing better than that. I love travel, and I love traveling with art. It's the best.
Yeah. Other than Madison Gallery in San Diego, have you shown a lot overseas?
A little bit here and there, like mostly doing murals and stuff like that, but I have shown a bunch of times overseas. Doing a group show this year in May at with a gallery called Cass Contemporary. They're they have a space in Nashville, which is cool. Never shown anything in Nashville, so that's a cool group show that I'm in with one of the artists in our studio, James Lesjak. Um, yeah, I've
And you,
always, and maybe that's like the old kind of street art, kind of traveling graph carney vibe in me, where like I've always wanted to get out of Australia and put my art other places and meet other people and travel, and used to crash on couches and do little group shows and stuff. And I've always seen my work overseas, always.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's back. Yeah. Have you? So you're going to Nashville for it?
nah.
No.
Nah, well, it's a group show, and
Ah, yeah, fair enough.
I got other commitments and stuff. So yeah, but the
Yeah,
show with Madison, maybe I'll go over there for that. That's
yeah,
California. I got family there, so
yeah, yeah. Group shows are different. You know,
yeah, a little bit different.
yeah, exactly. Solo show, I think you're crazy not to for a solo. You know,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Or even like our show in London,
mm,
3-person show, that was worth it. I
yeah,
think we did
totally.
like a wider, like 30, 40-person show.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah.
I'm with you. So speaking of installations, you've got one coming up in Benalla in Victoria.
Mm.
Uh, yeah, what's the plans for that?
Yeah, it was so I'm yeah, gonna work with the festival there. It's my first time going to Benalla. I know nothing about it. Um, but the festival seems cool, and um they offered me, instead of doing a mural this time, I was offered like a space. So I'm taking over a shop front, and they're like, "Oh, maybe you could do an exhibition." I'm like, "Oh, I can't really handle doing another exhibition, but I'd love to just do an installation." So I'm just doing this kind of sculptural slash text-based installation shop front type of thing, where it's going to be slightly interactive, not too interactive, but I'm kind of using it as a way to get the public involved and source some ideas for my text work and get some external thoughts on some ideas I've been working on. Yeah, so it'll be fun. I have no idea how it's going to be received, but it's going to be fun being in a festival and not up a scissor lift, just sitting in a shop.
Yeah, sounds like
Yeah,
fun. I'll
yeah,
come
it should
visit.
be good. Have you ever
Yeah.
done it before? Have you done that festival?
Yeah, I had an exhibition at the
Oh, you
art
did the
gallery,
gallery, right?
Manila Art Gallery, and that
Yeah.
was and I went up for that and then painted a small mural.
Mm.
But yeah, my main focus was the gallery while I was up there.
Exhibition.
But that was a lot of fun.
That's
Once
cool. So did
again,
you do a solo
yeah, did a
installation
solo show
show?
in one of the galleries there. There was
Sick.
two galleries. So Callum Preston had one. He did his
Oh, yeah.
milk
You did
pop
the
up.
milk bar? Yeah.
Yeah, and then I did a installation-y exhibition in the other gallery.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think Callum's coming back to do a talk, and I think him and Tyrone are doing a talk at this Banala, talking
yeah,
about the way they take over spaces, 'cause they're the kings of that.
they are. They love it.
Yeah.
Tradie artists.
Yeah, yeah, fully.
Yeah. Um, so yeah, so like, getting back to like talking about your like that idea of zooming out at all your artwork and having a like
Mm.
having it all look cohesive. Like you work in a not an exclusive color palette, but you do tend to lean towards your your red hues and your blue hues. Like, is
Mm.
that intentional or is that something that you just naturally gravitated towards?
Some sort of color sickness I've got in me. I don't know. I don't know, dude. Like at one point, maybe 2013, I was doing heaps of different works. I was doing these kind of like pop collage kind of works using any color possible. And then I went to do a residency in Vienna at the museums quartier. with this gallery there, and I was there for almost a month. And I went there with the goal to just be like, okay, I'm gonna, instead of doing whatever, I'm just gonna focus on color, and I'm just gonna pick 2 colors. And I picked red and blue, um, and use that as a focus. And I ended up sticking with those colors for, I don't know, years probably. It was probably like a good 5 to something years of just using white, red, and blue, because I just love how they contrast, and specifically like the gradients. You can see behind me. Still haven't stopped. um, yeah, just something about those colors really stuck within my mind, and I worked with them for a long time. Kind of just, I guess, as well, demonstrating to myself, like, well, if I limit my palette, can the work still be good if I'm like trapped within these boundaries? So I gave myself that boundary and kind of forced the work to change and maybe mold because of that a little bit. Maybe that was a kind of a moment where I leaned more into the abstraction side of things as well, realizing that color was an object to me, I guess, like looking at color as like not just something that's inside the painting, but something itself I can work with. But then, yeah, over the years, I've introduced more for sure. But I keep going back to them, especially that blue. Kind
Yeah.
of like haunts me now.
No, it's signature. Good.
Yeah, I do love it. I still love it. I mean, I've got a bunch of works here that I'm working with blues
Right.
for my next show. And yeah, my last show I had in Sydney last year is with St. Cloche. I just went to one color, so I just used red. So I just leaned into, and everything was just that one red pigment, and then just scaling out of that into pinks and kind of lighter reds. Again, restricting myself. So maybe, I don't know, maybe in the next 5 years, I'll just go back to full color. I can already sense it coming a little bit. Already started introducing new colors and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got to go with the flow and see how it goes, eh?
Yeah. And it's, I don't know if what you're like, but it's never like super consciously planned, like at this time I'm going to start doing this. It just kind of happens, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, I've been working on a series of paintings and they're all set at nighttime. So it's only
Mm.
using colors. So I got every dark color I could find in the studio. I sort of drew a line and go, this is what I consider a dark color. Anything over this,
Mhm.
and only painting within uh, that 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 side of the of colors I've got. And it was really difficult. It's
Yeah.
hard to sort of, it's a real, like, it plays mind games on you, like trying to work out which color's darker than the other. And yeah,
Yeah, I guess naturally the landscape is everyone paints it light and during the day, right?
yeah, but not even landscape. I did a couple of interior house
Oh,
scenes,
nice.
but it's like at nighttime with the lights off.
Yeah.
And yeah,
So what
so
made you decide to do that? Was there like one painting you did and you're like, oh, like,
yeah, there was one. I did one painting of it's sort of based off this series behind me. It was of
mhm.
a landscape, but it was a landscape in 20. It was like a 20 shot
Oh,
sequence.
yep.
Okay.
I saw that.
And so it was the same painting done in 20 different times of day. And so it made me think about uh the different colors that needed to be used. But I really enjoyed doing the nighttime
Mm.
scenes of them. And I thought, I want to lean into this a little bit more. And
See, I'm so interested in that one split decision. Well, not a decision, but one little, like you didn't paint that painting with the intention to go into dark spaces, but that happened. You saw it and went, oh shit, that really tickled your brain. Went, oh, I should explore that more.
yeah,
That might inform like a whole series for you.
exactly. Got to
Yeah.
head down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, fully. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's all it is. I swear that's all it is. It's just coming across those moments and going, yep, all right, down, see ya.
yeah, exactly. See where you go. Don't let
Yeah,
it leave the studio until you're really happy.
100%.
Yeah, but I saw that you made it into the Australian abstract book that came out. Was it last year
Oh,
or the
yeah.
year? Yeah, that was
Maybe a couple of years ago.
yeah, that was really cool to see that you were included in that. Like, how'd that come
Oh,
about?
man. That was, so that's published, curated and published by Amber Creswell Bell. and she's someone that's super special to me in my career. We worked together. I would say she helped me put together some of my first, most professional exhibitions. So she was a freelance curator. She now works with Michael Reed. But she helped me kind of, she found me, she interviewed me in the design files years and years ago. And then I kept talking to her and she helped me put together a couple of shows, kind of when I was transitioning into the gallery world that were like pretty groundbreaking for me, I think. And she was like a really good mentor in, for me, navigating that whole area and kind of putting my feet in the gallery world. So, and then, yeah, when she hit me up and said, I'm doing this book, can we feature you? I was like, oh my God, that's like, yeah, to have your work involved, published in a book in any type, let alone like specifically Australian abstract was pretty awesome. Yeah. It's like pretty memorable.
Yeah. Because it's for some reason, like you've painted thousands of abstract paintings. And I've never actually looked at you through the lens of an abstract artist, if you know what I
All
mean.
right.
Yeah. I don't know why, but when I saw it in the book, it's like, of course. And now it's like all my see.
Man, it's because I do all this other stuff, like if I
Mm.
just did abstract paintings, yeah. But people know me for all sorts of different stuff. I just can't sit still with one thing, all the text work, I have the murals. I used to do, the pop kind of character stuff, sculptures, all sorts of stuff.
Mm.
But yeah, it was pretty special for me, like, because I grew up as a kid surrounded in a house filled with art books, and to be in an art book that's pretty cool. It's a full
Yeah.
circle moment.
Yeah. Totally.
Mm.
Totally.
Nice.
So what's next for you, Elliot? Do you have any future plans or projects happening apart from the stuff with?
Get my arm fixed so I can keep skating. That's my main goal. That's my 8-week goal, is to get back on the skateboard. This year I have 3 shows. So first one up is the group show with Cass Contemporary in Nashville in May, then a solo show with St. Cloche in June. We're going to take over both levels, and then a group show with me and 3 other text-based artists at Madison Gallery in San Diego. That, and then throw in some large walls I have to paint at some point. Yeah, just that.
Yeah.
Just been doing
So
that
what,
and
you've got
just.
it all lined up already?
I have one lined up in Sydney, that I have to do soon, but I'm kind of pushing it off until my arm heals.
Mm.
Or I'll just do it left-handed, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. I know when I hurt mine, I couldn't bend my arm for a week, and I just
Mm,
couldn't even hold a pen. And
mm.
I'm a lefty, but fortunately I used the mouse right-handed, and I had all these like
Oh, do you?
yeah, because I just sat down at the computer and the mouse was there, and that's how I started using it.
Oh, right.
And it's still to this day. But I can draw, like I can fully replicate my art digitally, all with my opposite hand. And I had
Oh,
all these
wow.
like mock-ups and designs I needed to do on the
Mm,
computer, and I just spent the whole week doing that until my arm could
sweet.
move. Yeah, kept
Yeah, well,
working.
I've been using the computer the last week, but just like, because my hand's fine, but it's just
Mm,
my elbow. So if I keep it at like, chocked up with 2 pillows, just like floating, it's fine.
yeah.
But we'll see. I don't know. I fixed a cupboard last night and I hurt my arm, so I got to give it a rest, I think. I got to take it easy.
Yeah, the healing power of the human body is a miracle. So you just got to be nice to it and let it do its thing. Eh?
It really is. Hey, I was talking to my son about it and my daughter just explaining, because they're like, how does it work and what happens? I'm like, my son, I was like, that Wolverine movie where like, he gets cut and he gets shot and he just magically heals really quickly. It's the same thing with the human body. It just takes way longer. I was like, the
Mm,
bone comes back together. It's pretty amazing.
yeah, Hollywood doesn't
Yeah.
have the patience to to watch that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's it. Yeah, so I just got those shows and a couple of murals and
Yeah.
any side projects that come up along the way. And yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure lots of other things will, find their way in there as well. The year ends up getting quite filled up.
100%.
Um, yeah. So where's the best place for people to check out your work online?
Yeah, so my website, just elliottroutlage.com, and then Instagram is @funskull.
Thanks for tuning in today. If you love this episode, I'd really appreciate you sharing it with an artist friend who needs to hear it. Word of mouth is how we reach more creatives like you. And if you're ready to take the next step in your art career, head to the show notes and grab our free resources. They're designed to help you build momentum and clarity on your creative path. Until next time, keep creating.